As you can see, I'm a Vanderbilt fan, despite this hideous orange wallpaper. I don't even want to get started on that. But I'm also a Tennessee Titans fan of the NFL. I'm going to discuss very briefly, as briefly as I can, the Titans. Let's just run down their season so far. We lose to the Patriots 34-13 opening week. Locker leads in passing and rushing. I don't even know what to say that hasn't already been said about Chris Johnson, so I'm not even going to get started on him. Lose to San Diego the next week. Should have been a closer game. Hit a full performance by the Titans, but you know what else is new? 38-10. Fast forward this week, very impressed, except for the defense, and especially in the fourth quarter, very impressed. Giving up 25 points to the Lions and letting them get that touchdown Hail Mary at the last part of the game, the last play of regulation, ridiculous. But hey, we got the win. I'm very impressed. Locker almost had 400 yards passing, and once again was the leader in rushing for the third week straight. Johnson, don't blame it on your blockers. Don't blame it because the lack of support from the fans, because they don't respect you enough just because you have a big ass contract like that. No, they don't respect you enough because you suck and you don't deserve the contract. Let's just get straight to that. Either way, I'm not even gonna ramble about Johnson. He's not worth it. Just put in Ringer. Put in somebody better than that. I mean, come on, guys. We got another running back besides Ringer that's freaking awesome. They're both awesome. Ringer and that other running back, I forget his name. But anyway, next week we're going to Reliance Stadium at Houston. Listen, Titans fan, it's just admit it. It's obvious we're not going to be AFC champions, but we can be AFC South champions. You know, forget people saying Houston's going to be the number one in the AFC South. I don't want to hear that. Houston needs to sit down and they need to be knocked down a few notches. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm happy for Houston that they're getting their hopes up, but the Titans are going to crush them. Okay. I was actually rooting for the Titans against Peyton Manning and the Broncos, not because Peyton went to Tennessee or any of that. No, it's not because of that. I don't. No, it's just because, and not because Peyton didn't come to the Titans. No, it's just because I don't like the Broncos. I really don't. I don't know why. I just don't really like the Broncos. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't. They're not my favorite. They're not even close. So I'm glad that they won. So they can be 3-0 for the first time. But the party's going to stop when the Titans come down. Because listen, after getting that all-inspiring win against the Lions and people talking about the Texans being number one in the AFC South, I better see some heart from my Tennessee Titans in Houston. I think we will. Texans, get ready. Titans are coming. They're going to restore order to the AFC South, and we're going to show why we are the Titans. Dominant, mythical creatures, whatever. We're going to prove why we are called the Titans. We're going to prove why we should be on top of the AFC South. It's obvious we're not going to be AFC champions this year. Let's just go ahead and face that. We got too tough a schedule to be that. Maybe if we get a few lucky wins in the postseason, but let's not even talk about that. But AFC South champions is very, very likely. But the thing is, we got to go 2-2. We got to go 500 next week, and it's got to start with the Texans. Locker, get ready for a hostile Houston environment. They're freaking pumped down there. They're jacked with their Houston Texans teams. Those Texans fans are, especially the diehards who have been through mostly thick and now thin for them. But Locker, you got to fight that. You got to fight what you had to deal with at San Diego, and you got to get this win for us. Screw Johnson. He's not going to do anything. Put in Javon Ringer. Put in the other one. I forget his name. I'm sorry about that. No disrespect. But screw Johnson. Put him out. We don't need him. He's nothing. He doesn't have the body for the NFL against those big 450-pound guys out there. Gosh. Put Javon Ringer in there. He'll shred them mofos up. Come on. Anyway, Locker, ignore the crowd. Go out there. Play smart. Don't throw a pick. Because mistakes will be costly against this very good-looking Texans team. And right now I know we're not the best-looking team in the NFL. We're not as good-looking Texans are. But I know, Locker, if you go out there and you become a team leader, and if the Titans come together, we will get that win. Defense, you got to be on your toes, not just for 3 quarters. You got to be on your toes for 4 quarters. Don't let the Texans do what Detroit did in the 4th quarter. Don't let them run over you. Titans defense, you got to tighten up. Jake Locker, get your team jacked. Get your offense jacked. Get to work. It's time. Tighten up. Texans this Sunday. It's a week away. Got a full week of school for me. Texans this Sunday. Good night, because we're going to knock you guys down a few notches. Tighten up. That's all I got to say.